Welcome back, guys. On the last episode, we got our power up and running. We got our treadmills going, we got our food started, and we got everything researched. So, in this episode, we're going to work on getting sustainable amounts of power. We've already got our electrolyzers, or oxygen makers, as I like to call them. They also produce hydrogen, so we're going to, in this episode, we're going to focus on getting the hydrogen generators up and running. And just getting the rest of this, kind of getting this cleaned up and built. So, and over here we got our farm started over here. Last episode I had a lot of cleaning up to do, and I figured you guys didn't want to see that. So, as you can see, a lot of it got cleaned up and nice. So, all right, well, let's get going and get this going. Yep, everybody's doing everything. Oh, we got to do. Let's see what we got. Nope, no criers. And I think I'm getting to where I say this in every episode, and I'm gonna have to learn to quit. As you always want to try to keep your stress down, because if they are stressed, they're just not going to work as efficiently. Hmm. Oh, I remember what we're going to do now. We're going to work on our bathrooms. That's right. That's what we're going to do. Sorry, guys. Forgot what we were going to do. Alrighty, let's get this material out of here. And one thing you don't want to do is have a lot of level 9s, because you're basically, when you make a ton of level 9s, it's going to be level 5. Um, it's like having everything level 5, you make everything level 9. So, really want to limit how much stuff you actually make 9, otherwise, it won't get done. Now's you eat too loud. Who's my best builder? Otto. Alright. Otto's running, so we're not going to mess with him. And what you can do with your food is 20 when you get to 25, let them make food. When it hits 50, uh, turn these off, because 50,000 food is going to last you a while, even if you have 10 duplicates. That way they can focus on other things. And as I said in the last video about the weed swort to cool things off, right here's how you plant them in these little planter boxes. And you just harvest them like you do any other plant. Just go over, click on it, and tell it to dig it up. And it will keep things very, very cold, which is what you need for, let's see if I can find that. Where are they at? Where are they at? Oh, they're in seeds. We'll go there. In your blossom seeds, those have to be kept at a very, very low temperature. They only tolerate negative 23 to 30 degrees, and most of the time, your base is going to be over that. Not always, but once you get everything up and running and going, the temperature is going to escalate pretty high. So if you don't really feel like having your dupes run the hydro fans, you can just plant those in there and they'll cool the place off. There we go. Also, the level of artistry that a person has depends on, is your art, the artwork, if it's going to be a stick figure or what it's going to look like. So you don't really want to have someone with a low artistry level making pictures because it's not really going to reduce your stress as much. So what you want to do is have your best artist only doing pictures. And someone's getting stressed, and that's Ada. Okay. Ada, you need to go. Alright, let's assign her to a bench. You know what? No, I won't. She'll get to it when she's ready. We are going to deconstruct all this down here. Whoops, too much. Alrighty, let's get that airlock in. And here we go. And we'll put, yeah, we'll stick it over there. Which means I need to dig this out. And what you want to do is you have two options. You can either A, have your bad water go into one area, and then pump it out from there, and then filter it in as you wish. Or the other option is to just clean it as it's getting used. In my opinion, it's better just to have a dirty water storage and a clean water storage. That way, if you don't have sand or you don't want to use power running your water scrubber, you can, you just shut off. You can shut it off and save some power. And usually, I make, because the natural gas generators produce a lot of nasty water, it's actually better to put those in with your dirty water tank. That way, they're producing the dirty water, and again, you can turn dirty water into clean water. So, using the slime and the natural oxygen uh, generators, you can actually produce water. So, if your initial water reserves get low, like let's say this is all you've got right here, is this little bitty amount, then your main focus is going to want to be to get to, come up here, find some slime, find dirty water, and get that natural gas generator up and running. And then that way you don't have to worry about, whoops, got that too close. There we go. But yeah, that way you don't have to worry about your water supply running out, because obviously they need water for food. There's water gets used for a lot of stuff. You need it for showers. You need to run the air scrubbers. So it does get used a lot. Let's see if I got enough material to run these pumps. And I do. There we go. Pumps are in. And then what you can do is you can come in over here, you know, personal, yeah, can't talk. What you can do is you can go in here and use your gas filter and just, you, you know, figure out where you want it and then put it in. Um, and I made a goof, so we'll just put that in here and press O to rotate things. And when you are putting it in, make sure it's green to white. As you can, oops, let me get that back up. Plumbing. Nope, error. All right, as you can see, green comes out of here, goes into the white, and you're good to go. Also, if you forget, there's a diagram up here. Because it is sometimes hard to figure out, you know, what the arrows are when you look at them. Not always, but I had a little trouble at first, so, you know, you guys might too, but we'll see. All right, there we go. Error to that, and let's get. Like I said, guys, you want to try to hide your pipes as much as possible. You don't always have to, but the more you can hide them, the less stress they're going to have. And basically right now, I'm just putting air ducts down so that all the air that these make will allow, you know, to basically saturate. Like I said in the beginning, you want to have one central location where you produce the air and, you know, make everything come out. Now, one thing you do want to do, there's two ways to do this. You can do a snake to have everything go, but what you don't want to do is if you come in here, pipe goes down, and then you try to build up or make a loop with it, there's just going to get stuck. So, you know, this system works because it'll filter off here and go up at the same time. But the more offshoots you have, the more, well, the less air is going to be going out. Obviously, it's kind of like a large body of water. The more you take away from it, the smaller and smaller it gets. So always keep that in mind when you're doing this. Like probably this was a bad idea right here. You know, putting it where the storage is, not that big of a deal. Where they're sleeping, though, that would actually be important to get them air to. So we can just do that right there, and one more over here. There we go. And I'm going to get rid of that. Actually, let's try to keep this uniform. So 3 spaces and 3 spaces, so right there. There we go. And we'll put some air vents on, just like this. And as you see, guys, right now, I've got 71,000 food. That's way more than I need. So we can go ahead and turn these off. And you don't have to disable them, just go in and tell it to stop making. And now they won't make food anymore. And they'll start doing other things. I mean, as you can see, the refrigerators will hold a lot of food. Now, let's see. We got any... Oh, we do. Oh, we got a level 8 artist. Awesome. So now I'm going to go in here. And... Where'd she go? Just forgot who we got. Alright, let's pause this as I've got 2 people entombed. Oh. Whoops. Alright, let's get these guys out of here. Sand fell on them. Hopefully they can dig themselves out. Okay, apparently they're not going to do anything, so let's go to priority 1 on everything but that, because I really don't want these guys to suffocate. And then I could go back through and make it all a 9 again. Yay. But yeah, if you have an issue like that, just set everything to 1, leave what's really important to a 9, and they'll get right on it. There we go. Alright, let's go back and fix everything. Best way I find to do that, if you do have to dump everything down, is just start over, turn everything back to a 5, and then go back in and then start setting your priorities where you had them. I actually think there should be a preset. I mean, there's an emergency mode up here which will allow you to. They won't eat. They won't sleep. They won't even go to the bathroom. I don't think. And that will allow you to get a lot more work out of them. But at the same time, that's going to bring a ton of stress. And as I said before, you really want to try to keep them as, for lack of a better word, de-stressed as possible. All right, let's see. We'll get that done, and we need this done for our hydrogen. So, you know what? Yeah, let's just have them do all this for our hydrogen generators. And guys, I apologize for that. I don't have a proper room to do this in, so I apologize for my dog in advance. And I am trying to keep these episodes down to 25 minutes. Yesterday's video, episode 2, unfortunately went an hour long. I lost track of time. Somehow, on the previous video that I did, it took me 25 minutes to do everything. But to redo it, it took me an hour. Go figure that one. But anyway, let's get this done. And you know what? Let's just get them off power so we can get some stuff done. There we go. Look at them go. And as you see, guys, I turned them off. I told them they couldn't do power. I've got a lot of 9s, and they are building like crazy. Which is really, really good. And guys, this video is going to run a little bit longer than I'd like, because I did say we're going to get the hydrogen generators going. So as soon as we get those built, that's when I'll end the episode. Because we haven't really done a lot in this one. I mean, we've got some more dupes. We shut off the power, but as far as building and doing, nothing's really happened. So alright, run a wire to that. And up there. And what you can do with your wiring is you can actually loop it together, so if one breaks, the whole circuit's not disconnected. And then when you make your generators, what you can do is, you don't have to, but you can come in to your power transformer and you know, it just it makes sure you don't overload a circuit. I haven't figured out how to make it work just right yet. I either strain them, or I overpower, or I put too many, I put too little, or if I put one, I don't have enough power to do it. So I just don't use them. If I've got an energy surplus, then I make more. If I'm not, if everything's strained, I tell them to make more power. So, and I just find that works for me. As I say a lot in my videos, take what watch the videos, watch mine, watch other YouTubers, take what you like, and then just leave the rest. Because not everything is going to work for everybody. Be nice if it did, but then that would make life boring. So, all right, I need to put one of that back there that I got rid of. And let's put back on power. Because power is definitely getting low. Well, not that low, but still. And this is why you want the batteries, because you can these 5 guys running, it charges them up. Once the batteries are charged, you can just turn them off, and they can go back to work and get stuff done. And as I said with the food, it's as long as you've got it in a refrigerator, it will last a long, long time. Especially when you start getting your crops up and running. And here's the mealwood seed. I've got 54 of them. So just go to plant, copy, and then click and drag. Now, I'm using farming tiles. You don't have to. Basically, you've got a planter box. You can house a plant in it, but you can't fertilize it. You can't water it. And unfortunately, because you can't do either one of those, you're not going to get as good of a yield. A farming tile will allow you to put fertilizer in it, but not water. If you use the hydroponics farm, it works. It'll allow you to water and fertilize. The only issue I have found with it is that you is getting the water to go into each one. Half the time when I do it, it just goes into the first one and ignores all the rest of them. So for me, I cut back on my yield, but I don't use it. And to be honest, it's because I can't figure out how. So, that's my doing. And I just now remember what we're going to put there, which is a cooking station. Let's see. Vomiters and eaters. Nope. And binge eaters, you really want to try to avoid, because I've had them before. And what ends up happening is, they start getting stressed. You've got 5,000 food. Well, they'll go and eat. 2 of them can clear out 5,000 food in a matter of seconds. So, they don't really alleviate the situation. So if you can avoid using binge eaters, I'd recommend not to use them. Unless you want to challenge yourself, then by all means, go for it. Alright, let's see if I do. Awesome. Alright, one here and one here. There we go. And this is gonna, normally this would stress them out a little bit, but I find if you put a door, I can't see it. So, and I don't know why you would do this, but you can use this type of door, and it allows gas and liquid to go through, but it's a door. So, if you're going to allow everything to go through, what's the point of the door? You know. Okay, let's get the power going. You can use heavy cables, but the issue with the heavy watt wire is you can't bury it. So unless you find yourself with a lot of wires breaking, then you don't really need this. But it will, you can carry a lot more power. It's real nice. If you've got massage tables and things that can keep your stress down, then by all means use the heavy watt wire, and you will never have to worry about a wire breaking unless you just severely strain it. And sand may be a pain, but you actually need sand to do a lot of stuff. Sand works in these filters here, which I forgot to put back at a 9. But yeah, the sand works in the filters. Really, you just need sand for just about everything, except for building. And as you can see with the 10 rule and 5 of these, you can really let your guys build and go. And technically, I don't need this right now, but I'd rather have it to start producing oxygen. So when I run out of algae, I don't have to worry about my guys suffocating. Because even though you have a ton of food, they can still suffocate. So that is one thing. Now with the coal generators, keep forgetting to build the showers. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, and you do want to leave a gap for the oxygen when you do these. I find 3 showers and 2 bathrooms because you've already got 2 outhouses that they can use. But 3 showers, 2 bathrooms really works. And like I said, you want a gap here because what you're going to end up doing is you want to put down 2 of these. They'll help out with the polluted oxygen, and then just come in the center here and actually pipe air into it. Whoops, I don't need liquid, I want gas. So with that there, and we'll cancel that. There we go. As you can see, these are cleaning up polluted oxygen. They will produce oxygen, but not a lot unless you got a whole bunch of them. So don't rely on those to make your oxygen, so to speak, but definitely will help to keep your oxygen clean. Let's see. Have I got enough? Nope. Still need more raw metal, which I'm out again. Like I said, guys, you want to make sure you have a steady supply of copper, which I actually need to have them dig all of that out. So what you can do is you can use ladders. They can dig up to 3 tiles up, and they can build 2 tiles. Well, no, 3. Yeah, I think it's 3 on both. Don't quote me on that, guys. But I think it's 3 tiles up they can actually dig. So I got a lot of copper down here, and you know what? See, here's my slime. So that's producing it's going to produce a lot of bad air, but we're going to have some good oxygen out of that. And like I told you guys about the oxygen levels, as you can see here, I've got this oxygen producer, so we're going here. A little bit of liquid oxygen there, but as you can see, all the bad air is kind of sinking to the bottom here right down here at this level. And then it gets a little bit better here, and then a little bit better, and now it's great. So like I said, you want to kind of put your oxygen makers kind of where you do most of your work. So you kind of want to make this to be your center. It doesn't have to be, but that's what I like to do. Oh, let's get rid of him, grab some more food. Got him. And this is one thing I always find amusing about these guys is that they will, instead of digging this out, they'll just walk over it over and over and over. All right, let's fix this because, like I said, I wanted to get the hydrogen up and then in the episode. So let's see, is anything else on 9? Nope. All right, got that a little bit there, but we'll just leave that. And see, these guys can't reach this. So what we're gonna do is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do that, and then there we go. Now they can reach it, and it's hidden. Oh, and guys, I forgot the very important thing. Those oxygen generators do not work without water. So let's remedy that. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, this game's funny. Liquid pipes. There we go. There we go. And let's... There we go. And now they're going to need power. There we go. And now we'll make all this a level 9. And gonna need to make the pipe a 9 too. There we go. And nope, I don't have power under this. Alright, turn that into a 9. There we go. Let's see. Oh, we got an ugly crier. There we go. Oh, we still got some vomit water. I did not see that. Let's go ahead and get that mopped up. There we go. And they already polluted a new area. Shame on them. And guys, I do apologize. This video is taking a little bit longer than what I wanted, but we do almost have this up. As you can see, the setup here, this will produce the oxygen, the hydrogen. It'll go straight into here, and it'll get pumped into. It's already starting to get pumped. Awesome. And then we need to filter this. Tell it we want to filter out. Yeah, guys, I made a mess, and I'll have to fix that. When I filter out the hydrogen, it's going to go up here. So, whoops. Okay, let's fix this. don't think that's built yet, is it? Oh, it is built. Shame. Okay, let's destroy that. And let's look, and then these two. Alrighty, let's fix this. Let's see. Oh, I know what we can do. Alright, we'll just take this here and go this way. And we'll come off of here and go this way. Not the neatest thing to do, but it does work. So, and that's what matters. So let's get the hydrogen going. And make this a level 9 so they get it done. Oops, sorry guys, hit the wrong key. Okay. And we can... Alright, we can cancel that mob before they take all my water out. And guys, one thing I saw for another video, polluted water and regular water cannot occupy the same space. So, you don't really have to worry about that. And I think the pump's already working. Nope. Ah, because of this. But we are set up everywhere else. And it's going to have a lot of nasty air at first, which is just going to go into everything. But once it sucks everything out, see, like right here, it just created a vacuum. There's nothing in there. There's no bad air. There's no good air. There's nothing there anymore. So that's what which works great. Yeah, they're going to let in a lot of other air, but unfortunately, I need the sandstone and copper. So. Okay, what are we lacking down here? Oh, we're lacking the water for these. Okay. Okay. So here we go, guys. This is the issue. They're not building this because I don't have them digging up the dirt on top. So like I said, you do have to micromanage a little bit. Kind of annoying, but hey, what you can do. And this is where one of those switches I was telling you all about would come in real handy. Because now in order to tell those to quit, I've got to go in there and manually say, go here, disable a building. Where if you put in the switch, which I don't even know where they are because I don't use them. Probably under power. There we go. Gas pressure switch or hot. This is obviously this is water, but you go down here and now you've got your own little personal on and off switch. So alrighty, we're almost done. I just got to build this and we've got this up and running. What is that? Obsidian, and okay, so we're just going to go ahead and lock that. Because I do not want them going in there. There we go. Now that I locked it, they won't go in there for anything, not even repairs. But if you guys look, when I did my wiring, they can reach the wiring here. They can reach all this up here. So as long as this right here doesn't break, we're fine. And even if it does, all you gotta do is come in, put a ladder right here, and then they can get to it. It looks tacky, but it does work. Okay, why isn't this working? Oh, there it goes. Now it's working. I'm just being impatient. Alright, here we go. As you can see, we got the air, oxygen, it's going in. So now it's going to produce oxygen, and there's the hydrogen. This filters it out, it goes into here, and now we've got power. And somehow we got a pocket of natural gas. I don't know where that came from. I guess one of them farted. Who knows? But alright guys, you see how this works here? And by having them right underneath it, you actually get the hydrogen the second it comes out, instead of waiting for it to go to the top, which gives a much better reliable. I have actually had it where I had 8 of these going with 2 pumps at the top, and it pumped out a ton of air, but it just did not produce enough hydrogen to make it worth having these. So this is just something to think about. Obviously, you can duplicate this and have more than 2, but 2 of them will be fine to keep your power up. As you can see, well, actually, I guess not. So we still need the natural gas. But anyway, guys, I said I was gonna get this done and finish the episode. But here's a little mini version of this. Obviously, you can make it as big as you want, or as small as you want if you just want to do 1 per. I prefer the 3, just because 3-to-2 ratio, because that way you're getting a lot more hydrogen. If you just had the 1-to-1, as you can see here, it'll pump out oxygen, it'll pump out hydrogen, but I feel you get a lot more hydrogen just doing it this way. Now, another thing you could do if you want to do the space for it is you can have all 3 of these come up into their own separators for the hydrogen, and then have hydrogen going on this pipe here. And then what that'll do is it will actually allow the hydrogen to get faster, because as you can see here, it's got to wait its turn to go in. So that can be an issue. It just depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. But alright, guys, I'm going to leave it here. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, and you found some mistakes that I made, by all means, tell me. If you just absolutely hated it, hey, hit dislike. You can't please everybody. And if you do hit the dislike button, do tell me, what you didn't like about it. All right, and on the next time, what we will work on is probably finishing this up, and then we'll start working on the gas over here. So thank you very much, guys, and have a great day or night wherever you are.